we have our brake rotor in, we have our caliper and brake pads ready to go in. So this thing does come with the caliper bracket, so I'm just going to mount this onto the car straight, which is pretty cool. Just going to put the pins on here, the sliders on here, comes with the kit. Just going to stick this on here and then grease this up with some high temperature grease. Pretty straightforward. Therefore, your brake pads can move freely. You can get this anywhere. I'll leave a link where you can find this. This thing is cheap, like $1.50 or so for a pack. And we just want to make sure that's gonna be a lot, but that's gonna be enough for both sides here. This isn't gonna dry up since it's high temperature. Yeah, your brake pads aren't gonna get stuck like what we've been experiencing here. Now, normally I would also lube these slider pins, but this one came new, pre-installed, and you can see the grease is already in here, so there's no need to grease these slider pins, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and just reassemble this bracket, this caliper bracket to the car, to the wheel. Boom. All right, that one's in. Do this side as well. That one's also in. There we go. Always cool hearing the planes. Until you don't want to hear the planes anymore, then you hear them all the time. All right, the caliper bracket is in there. I'm just going to install the brake pads while I have it out here. This one here goes here. Pretty straightforward, just slides in until it stops. Boom. And then other side the same way with this little thing. Boom. We are good. Now we're gonna slide this caliper in there and we're good to go. This caliper does come with new hardware, so this goes like this. And that's it. We're just gonna put the bolts in. One of the easier brake install just because it's all new. The ratchet out. All right. All right, this is spinning, so I have my little, what is this? This is a 17. That should hold that in place. All right, same with the bottom one. All right, we are done. All I have to do now is just transfer this line, the existing brake line from the old brake caliper, and put it onto the new one, and then we're good to go. I have the hardware here, and I forgot to install this little YV looking thing. This actually goes in the caliper right here to hold the brake pads down. All I'm gonna do here is just release this one here a little bit, unscrew it so it is slack. That's cool. But I am going to remove the bottom one completely. All right, so here we go, that's that. Now this thing is loose, I can just swing this over and I can install this. Pretty straightforward. And there we go. Put that back in there. Now that that's in there, we should have more tension, and then I can actually tighten that up. All right, use my 17mm wrench to hold it in place, and then there we go. All right. We have a banjo bolt, which is pretty cool. I'll use that, and then 2 crush washers, copper. So I'll probably put the bag down here as well because there is a very good chance there'll be some fluid loss from the brake line, and we want to catch it. All right, that's all set up. Time to just get it off and unscrew it, go from there. Hopefully you can see that. All right, so just be very, very careful with brake fluid. It can cause a lot of damage to your paint. So there's all that old brake fluid. That's cool. Take this caliper. Here we go. I'm just gonna do a swap, pretty much. Pull this out. Boom. Clean the surface a bit. I have some brake cleaner on the actual paper towel. All right. And it's as simple as just me putting this one through here. I have the crush washer in there. And then the crush washer for the other one goes like this. I just have to screw it back into the caliper. All right. That's pretty tight. All we have to do now is just bleed the system, and that will be the final step. All right, we're about to start the brake bleeding process. Bleeding a brake on a car is pretty straightforward and simple. The first thing to know here when bleeding a car is that make sure that you have adequate brake fluid in your brake fluid reservoir or your master cylinder. There's also something called a one-man brake bleed kit or brake bleeder kit. I talked about that earlier. That's a very simple thing to use. Here it is right there. I haven't set it up yet. And the premise is not a check valve, but a gravity system. So as long as you keep this bottle above the caliper, this has a magnet right here as well. So you can place this anywhere where it is metal. And the whole point is that you just connect your hose to, or from the bottle to the caliper. That should stay right there. Let's see how that goes. I'll put some light in here so we can see what's going on. All I have to do now is just open this a little bit and then pump the brakes and fluid should go through here. Let's see how it goes. Looks like it's working. Make sure I have fluid at the brake booster. I'll keep going until all the air bubbles are out. Oh, a lot of air in there. I don't see any more air. I'm gonna give it 1 or 2 more pumps. The bottle is almost full. And then close this. All right, so in theory, if this is sealed, no air should go back into the system. All right. I'll go dump this somewhere. I think we should be good. Wow. So yeah, that's it. That's done. The brake pedal is stiff. We got rotation here because the parking brake is off and the caliper is releasing the actual disc. So we're pretty good. Now all I have to do is put the wheel back on, clear this up, and then go for a test drive. I'm just gonna spray a little bit on here. Make sure surface is clean. So when we apply the brake, there's no grease on there. All right guys, we are here in the middle of nowhere. We got the car here all finished, brakes are done. And today we are gonna complete this process by doing a brake bed process here. So this does require some coordination. We are gonna hop in the car here. It's very simple, but you really wanna do this in a closed area. So that's why we're here. And start her up. All right, so here we are. We're here in the car. We're about to begin this brake bedding process. We're here in a control area. I wouldn't recommend you do this in on a public road. Having said that, we are in a control area. It's a pretty simple process. I'm gonna do the actual regular brake pads first, or the rear brake rotors first, try to bed those in. Those are pretty simple, and it's a process of pretty much going around 20 to 30 miles an hour and applying gradual brake pressure until you almost come to a stop. You don't want to come to a stop, and then you do it faster, maybe 40 miles an hour, and then maybe 50 miles an hour, and apply increasing pressure. So we'll do that one first. The second one is the actual parking brake, which is right here. That one is fairly simple. You want to pull the brake up while you're driving. The owner's manual or the actual service manual for Acura says you want to do this at 25 miles an hour, and you want to depress or press this button here so that it doesn't stay in place. The reason why is you don't want the car to either have too much pressure or lock eventually while you're driving. So depress is almost like a drift button here, and they want you to apply 20 pounds of force onto this brake handle here. That's a two process. 2 times you do one at 20 pounds of force, and then one at 30 pounds of force. After that, let it cool for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you should be good to go. All right. All right, so I'm gonna go up here and make a U-turn quickly. And then we can start the actual brake bedding process for the rear. We'll go like around 30 miles an hour and then apply some brakes there. Here's the stop sign. All right, that's pretty good pressure. Don't come to a stop. Do it again. I'll go a little faster. I'll go like maybe 35 miles an hour. Oops, that was a little power shift there. Here we go. All right. Car has a terrible turn radius, but it's fine. All right, here we go. $30 miles an hour. 50. All right, let's see. That's pretty good. All right, so no pulsating, everything works fine. So let's do the actual handbrake. I'll make a U-turn and do it this way. So 20 pounds of force at 25 miles an hour. 25 miles an hour, let's do it. That's probably gonna be in second or third gear. I'm not gonna stop. And here we go. You might hear a beeping sound. 20 pounds of force. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Same thing, just 30 pounds of pressure. Third gear. Here we go. All right, I think we are good here. So I'm gonna make a U-turn and then go ahead and park where I started the video and then re-inspect the brakes. I'm assuming it's gonna be hot. All right, let's go outside and see what it looks like. I'm not even gonna apply the parking brake, so I'll turn the car off, leave it in gear so it doesn't roll, and then we should be good. All right, Here we are. Parking brake is off. And I don't see anything. It looks good. It's probably hot. I don't want to touch it. Not bad. Yeah, guys, that's it. That's the process. Woo! All right, guys. It's kind of windy out here, but anyways, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about what we saw here, what we did today. If you're interested in all these videos, we have more content on cars and automotive DIYs on the channel. So take a look down there below. I'll leave links for more of these videos, and I will see you in those videos. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace. Oops, I just dropped it. Whew, that would have been bad if it cracked. I know you can't see this, but the brake line is, come on. All right, use my, oops. Oh man, this cat is killing me. All right, patience. All right, so you can hear the cow in the fields out there. We're in the middle of nowhere.